Some of America's most striking luxury interiors aren't hidden inside sprawling million-dollar estates. They're found inside barndominiums, where smart design quietly outshines extravagant spending. A steel shell, a concrete slab, a fraction of the budget people assume. And yet the rooms inside rival anything you'd find behind the gates of a private estate. What separates the two isn't money, it's thinking. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. The design principles that create a genuinely high-end atmosphere without requiring a sky-high budget. Welcome to Modern Luxury Homes USA. I'm glad you're here. This channel exists for people who don't just want to admire beautiful rooms, they want to understand them. So instead of scrolling past another pretty kitchen, we're going to slow down and look at the thinking behind interiors that leave a lasting impression. The architectural flow, the lighting choices, the material decisions, the everyday functionality that separates a house that photographs well from a home that actually lives well. If that kind of curiosity sounds like you, consider subscribing. We explore exceptional American homes and the ideas behind them every week, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Let's start somewhere most people overlook entirely: the architecture itself, long before a single piece of furniture arrives. Walk into a room with a low, flat ceiling, and something in your body registers it instantly. Compressed, ordinary, forgettable. Walk into a space where the ceiling lifts 16, 18 feet overhead, where steel trusses rise into open air, and the reaction is different. Your shoulders drop. Your breathing slows. That's not decoration working on you. That's proportion. This is the quiet advantage barndominiums have built into their bones. Because a steel frame doesn't need interior load-bearing walls the way a traditional home does, designers inherit an open canvas most architects rarely get. No awkward support beam interrupting a sightline. No chopped-up floor plan forcing compromise. Just space and the freedom to shape it intentionally. One interior that captures this beautifully is a great room where exposed steel trusses were left completely visible, then paired with warm tongue-and-groove wood paneling overhead. The contrast does something interesting psychologically. Industrial strength softened by natural texture, and the ceiling height alone makes the room feel like it belongs in a mountain lodge rather than a converted barn. Nothing about that impression came from an expensive purchase. It came from a decision made before construction even started. Once the architecture sets the stage, light finishes the sentence. And this is where a lot of homeowners underestimate just how much influence they actually have. Oversized windows placed with real intention, facing the right direction, catching morning light in a kitchen or evening light in a living room, can transform a space more dramatically than almost any finish upgrade available. In several of the interiors we researched for this piece, floor-to-ceiling glass wasn't used everywhere. It was used strategically on the walls facing open land or a tree line, framing the view like functional artwork. Then there's layered lighting, which is arguably the most underappreciated tool in residential design. A single overhead fixture flattens a room. Layer and recessed lighting, pendant fixtures over an island, sconces at eye level, and a few well-placed lamps. And suddenly a space has depth, shadow, and glow working together the way they do in a well-lit restaurant. Daylight, used well, often becomes the most valuable design feature in the entire home, and it rarely adds significant cost to the build. It simply requires someone to think about where the sun will be at 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. before the windows go in. From here, the story moves into the rooms families gather in: most kitchens, dining areas, the spaces where a house earns its keep. It would be easy to talk about finishes here: quartz, porcelain, brass hardware, but that misses the real lesson. What makes these kitchens feel extraordinary is layout. An island sized generously enough to become a genuine gathering point, not just a countertop. Storage tucked away, so surfaces stay clear. A prep sink positioned so cooking mess never faces the dining table. These are decisions made on paper weeks before cabinets are ordered. Some of the most impressive interiors we came across even included a second, hidden prep kitchen tucked behind the main one, out of sight, handling the actual cooking chaos, while the visible kitchen stays photograph ready for guests. It's the same logic upscale hotels use in their kitchens, just applied to a home. The lesson underneath all of it: a kitchen feels luxurious not because of what it's made of, but because of how well it was considered before it existed. Now, step closer, because luxury also lives in details most people notice without ever consciously seeing them. Trim profiles that align cleanly at every corner. Cabinetry doors that sit flush, with consistent gaps and matched grain direction. Hardware finishes that repeat throughout the home instead of shifting from room to room. Flooring transitions that meet cleanly at doorways instead of leaving an awkward seam. None of these details announce themselves, but collectively, they create a subconscious sense that everything in the home was considered, that nothing was left to chance. This is craftsmanship operating below the surface of attention. A homeowner might never say, "I love how the baseboard height stays consistent from room to room," but they'll feel the gap between a space that does this and one that doesn't. It's often what tips a room from put together into expensive looking, even when the materials cost roughly the same. Zoom out for a second, because a pattern has already started to emerge. Every space we've walked through so far, the soaring great room, the well-placed windows, the thoughtfully laid-out kitchen, the aligned trim, shares the same origin story. None of it came from an unlimited budget. All of it came from intention. A decision made early and made well tends to outperform an expensive addition made later to fix a problem that never should have existed in the first place. That's really the emotional center of everything we're exploring today. Luxury in these homes isn't a purchase. It's a mindset applied consistently, room after room, decision after decision. With that in mind, let's move into the rooms where families actually spend their evenings, the living areas. Furniture scale matters more here than people expect. A sectional that's too small in a soaring great room looks lost, almost apologetic. Scaled correctly, it anchors the space and makes an enormous room feel intimate rather than cavernous. Fireplace placement plays a similar role, often positioned as the natural focal point that furniture arranges itself around, the way a campfire has organized gatherings for as long as humans have built homes. Texture does quieter work. A mix of woven fabrics, natural wood, leather, and stone keeps a large open room from feeling sterile. And increasingly, designers are thinking about acoustics too. Since a home with soaring ceilings and hard surfaces can echo unpleasantly without rugs, upholstered furniture, or wood elements to soften the sound. Comfort, it turns out, has become one of the defining markers of modern luxury, arguably more important now than formality ever was. From the energy of the living room, the journey shifts into somewhere quieter, the bedroom. Here, restraint tends to outperform abundance. A restrained color palette, soft neutrals, muted earth tones, the occasional deep accent, creates a sense of calm that a busier scheme rarely achieves. Natural materials reappear: linen bedding, wood nightstands, woven textures underfoot. Lighting layers again, this time dimmed and warm, designed for winding down rather than performing. What's notable is how uncluttered these spaces stay. No excess furniture, no decorative overload. Just what's needed, chosen carefully, and given room to breathe. It's a reminder that simplicity, when done with intention, often reads as more sophisticated than abundance ever could. That same philosophy carries into the bathroom, though here it's filtered through the language of wellness rather than expense. The most memorable primary bathrooms we found weren't defined by marble or gold fixtures. They were defined by openness: a walk-in shower with no enclosing glass wall, natural light pouring in through a frosted or strategically placed window, stone or wood-look tile, grounding the space in something tactile. Careful planning shows up in small ways too. A bench in the shower, a heated floor, a soaking tub position to catch morning light rather than tucked into a dark corner. The goal isn't to impress a visitor who will never see it. It's to improve a morning routine that happens every single day. Here's where it gets interesting. Step back, and a pattern becomes impossible to miss across every room we've walked through. Consistency, materials and tones that repeat intentionally rather than shift room to room. Sightlines, the ability to stand in one space and have your eye guided naturally toward another rather than blocked. Material continuity, flooring, trim, and hardware that speak the same visual language throughout. Balanced proportions, furniture, windows, and ceiling heights that feel correctly scaled to the room around them. An architectural harmony. Every element working toward the same overall feeling instead of competing for attention. Once you start noticing these 5 threads, you'll find them in nearly every remarkable home you encounter from here forward, whether it's a barndominium, a modern farmhouse, or a traditional estate. So what does this mean if you're not building a custom home with a blank check materials budget? Start with the decisions that touch the whole house rather than a single room. Lighting plan and window placement, if you have any say in them, offer enormous visual return for relatively modest cost. Consistency in hardware and trim across your existing space costs far less than most large renovations, yet changes how finished a home feels almost immediately. And layout, the way rooms connect and flow into one another, will always outperform an expensive material choice sitting inside a poorly planned space. In short, think like a designer, weighing decisions for how they affect the whole home, rather than like a decorator selecting items room by room. There's one more thread worth pulling on before we close. Why so many of today's most admired interiors deliberately avoid short-lived trends. Trend-driven choices, and of the moment color, a fashionable tile pattern, tend to date quickly, sometimes within a few years. The interiors that continue to feel remarkable a decade later almost always lean toward restraint. Natural materials, neutral palettes, classic proportions. Longevity, more than novelty, is what keeps a home feeling genuinely luxurious well into the future. It's a quieter kind of confidence, design that doesn't need to shout to stay relevant. So here's where the journey brings us. Luxury was never about square footage. It was never really about expensive furniture, either, however much we might associate the two. What we've seen today, home after home, room after room, is that luxury is created through deliberate planning, intentional design choices, and spaces built to genuinely improve the way people live inside them, day after day. And if there's one thing worth carrying with you after this, it's that mindset, because it applies just as much to a modest renovation as it does to a sprawling custom build. Before we close, if this perspective changed the way you'll look at homes going forward, a like on this video honestly helps this kind of storytelling reach more people who'd enjoy it too. I'd love to know what you think. Out of everything we covered, natural light, layout, materials, or craftsmanship, which single design decision do you believe has the greatest influence on making a home feel truly luxurious? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them, and some of the best conversations on this channel happen right there. And if you enjoyed this exploration, consider subscribing to Modern Luxury Homes USA. We'll keep uncovering America's most inspiring homes, and more importantly, the ideas that make them exceptional. The homes, design concepts, and observations shared throughout this presentation are based on publicly available listings, builder showcases, architectural references, and market research available at the time of production. Design preferences, construction methods, material availability, and project costs vary by location, customization, and market conditions. This content is intended for educational and inspirational purposes only and should not be considered architectural, construction, financial, or real estate advice. Always consult qualified professionals before making significant design or building decisions.